Hi there, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Today I'm just feeling chill vibes, and the topic of this video is giving me chill vibes, so therefore we are doing a chill style video today, no big intro. If you hear any loud purring or see any tails flicker at the bottom of the screen, my cat baby just jumped into my lap, so yeah, you can check out my social media if you'd like to, subscribe to this channel, all of that good stuff that one says at the beginning of a YouTube video. Now let's get straight into it. The topic of this video is my most recent spiritual awakening, which is my second spiritual awakening. So super quick backstory. I had my first spiritual awakening right around a year ago, and towards the middle end of January 2021. You can check out my 2021 recap video or my first spiritual awakening video if you'd like to get more information about that. And so throughout 2021, I felt connected on and off, and I'd say my spirituality is at least somewhat tied to my mental health as well. So if I'm feeling good in life, if I'm feeling motivated, then I feel more spiritual. Or maybe it's that when I feel more spiritual, I feel better about life. It's like which came first, my mental health or my spirituality? So yeah, like my mental health and my spirituality both had ups and downs throughout 2021. Fast forward a bit to this fall, I was feeling really good when I first moved out because it was something that I really wanted, something that I manifested. It was a big life step, a milestone. I was keeping busy with like packing up, moving here, unpacking, decorating, getting used to living not with my parents. And so yeah, I was feeling really good. I was definitely in a flow. But as the fall progressed and as the weather started turning, I do have seasonal affective disorders. So as soon as it gets cold, the light starts to fade, you don't get as much strong sunlight, and definitely as the snow comes, my mood drops, energy drops, motivation drops. I just want to hibernate. So yeah, did feel a seasonal depression, and as well in the fall, I was working a lot and I started getting very stressed out by work just because I was feeling pretty unfulfilled, unsatisfied. And so I started to feel burnt out. It didn't really hit me until like a few weeks later, but I definitely did have a work burnout. I was completely exhausted, not sleeping very well, and then of course that causes stressors, being unhappy, and not sleeping very well all contribute to depression, which then just contributes to all of those other things. It is a cycle. And yeah, I was really feeling lost, like I had no purpose in life, and I felt very stuck in my life situation, and I did start to lose my spiritual connection definitely throughout the fall. I had thoughts like, this is not what I want my life to be, but I don't know how to change it, or I don't have the means or the energy or the motivation to change it. And yeah, I was feeling very lost. And then I had a lot of holiday stress like leading up to the holidays, but then my actual holidays were great, and I had some time off work between Christmas and New Year's, and that is kind of where this awakening started that I am still experiencing right now. And so yeah, I started, just like the first time, my first awakening, I started just having these thoughts come into my mind, like everything is connected, we are all one, we are all connected, everything is energy, everything is love, love is one of the life forces of the universe, things like that. And so I started to feel better. Again, spirituality for me is tied to my mental health. So yeah, like my mood lifted, I started feeling more motivation, and I could tell that it was more than the typical like New Year, new me, New Year's resolutions thing. I could tell that it was deeper and more meaningful than that. Yeah, so I started journaling more and just scripting what I want 2022 to look like for me. And yeah, so I'm gonna kind of explain my spiritual awakening. I've kind of categorized it into 3 different subjects that I want to talk about to try and make it less scatterbrained and all over the place and more, have more flow. And so the categories that I came up with, I'm reading off my phone here. We have feelings, actions, and then new things that I've experienced. So yeah, let's start with feelings. So that one's pretty easy, pretty quick. So yeah, I did experience a lift in my mood, more motivation, and again, I was just feeling more connected. I felt more in tune with the universal energies. And another thing that I experience when I am spiritually connected is gratitude. Because I'm in such a positive mindset, I'm able to pick out and savor things throughout my day that make me feel grateful. Yeah, when you're more spiritually aware, you're more aware of how amazing life is and all of the tiny little things and connections that have to come together to create your life in this room, in this present moment. It's pretty fantastic. And yeah, when your mind gets thinking about those things and you just come up with more and more things to be grateful for. Yeah, gratitude is definitely one of my daily practices, for sure. And so now moving on to the actions category. Since my second awakening, I've really been making spirituality my main focus. Yeah, the main thing that I think about during my day and that I incorporate into my life. Another thing that I've really been experiencing over the past month, just under a month, is more awareness. More awareness throughout the day. I am more aware of my body, of how I feel in my body, physical sensations. I am more aware of the present moment. I can stop throughout the day and just breathe and focus on the present. Another thing that I'm aware of is my breath. Just conscious breathing throughout the day really helps center me and ground me. I have more awareness for the earth, and more interest in nature, and I have awareness for my affirmations. I keep them in mind more throughout the day. If I'm having a tough moment, I stop, I center myself, close my eyes, breathe deeply, and you remember my affirmation for the day. And yeah, I just have more awareness of source and how beautiful this existence is. And another action that I have been doing since I've awakened is goal setting. Goal setting intimately and deeply. I used to struggle with setting goals because I struggled with what I want in life, but I'm slowly figuring out what I want. I haven't gotten there all the way, but I have some general ideas. And so yeah, just deeply scripting out what I want in detail, coming up with new ideas, exploring ideas and concepts that I've never had before or never been interested before. Yeah, I've really been scripting and manifesting so much more. Journaling has become such an important part of my practice. Yeah, not just in terms of like affirmations and gratitude, but in terms of manifesting like for the future as well. And just shadow work, sorting through my feelings, things like that. And then the last kind of category that I have is new things that I've been experiencing or things that I've been experiencing to a deeper level, a deeper degree. So since this awakening, I have had a boost in creativity. Creativity is, I think about it all day, every day. I love creating. I love the creative process, so I really try and incorporate it into my day, every day, even if it's in super small things, like writing in my journal and using different colors. That's creative. Yoga is creative because if you're creating shapes, you're moving your body in different ways. That's creative. Yeah, I've had more creativity than I have. It's like even deeper than my first awakening. Before this awakening, I hadn't written poetry in months. Yeah, whenever I try, nothing came. I had sort of a block. But a couple weeks ago, I wrote a poem randomly and it just seemed to flow out of me. It was so effortless. It was so easy. And the thing is, I've been writing in a way I never have before. It's wild. yeah, as I mentioned before, I have been wanting to try new things, exploring different ideas and concepts. Another thing is that I've really been putting in the work for myself. I really have just been trying to shift my life in positive ways, and I've really been showing up for myself, which is nice because I haven't always done that. So yeah, I've just been reminding myself, remembering, reclaiming the fact that I am a cosmic being, and just showing up as that and making decisions based on that fact and based on what would be for my highest good and my highest self. Yeah, and I'm even able to do that with myself. If I feel my mind in the moment feels that it wants to participate in an activity that I know would not be good for me in the long run, or I know would cause a spiral in my mental health, I'm able to stop and assess and ask myself what I want in the moment, because that is valid in a way, and ask myself how I feel in the moment, but also to evaluate what would be best for me and for my highest self. Yeah, another thing kind of connected to that is that I've been facing things that scare me. I experience moments of anxiety throughout the day, and yeah, I'm able to use my coping strategies of pausing, breathing, feeling my body, feeling my feelings in my body, and connecting to source. And yeah, I have been facing head-on things that make me anxious, which is nice. I'm slowly learning to stop the tactic that I once had. My coping strategy was always avoidance, hence why I'm a high school dropout. I just, avoid and quit everything that I don't like, and that is difficult for me because I have a hard time facing the fear and facing the anxiety. But I've slowly been doing that in small steps and small ways, and I'm proud of myself for that. Yeah, I already mentioned feeling my body more, feeling my emotions in my body, checking in with myself throughout the day, seeing how I'm doing. Another thing that I've really been experiencing is the present moment. Yeah, that is something that I haven't experienced to this level so far. Like even in my last awakening over the past year, I don't think I've experienced presence like this. Like I am able to, I can zoom out and feel myself disconnect from my body in a way, and I'm looking at my surroundings like they're brand new. Yeah, it's like I'm seeing my surroundings through my soul's eye, and in that moment I'm just reminded, like, this is temporary. I'm only here for a short time. I'm a cosmic being just here to experience life on Earth, and make memories and learn lessons along the way. Yeah, that is a beautiful thing, and presence is key, and it can help you in so many other areas of your life. Because sometimes the big picture becomes clearer, and you learn not to worry about trivial earthly things when you are a powerful cosmic being. Another thing I've been experiencing is a super deep connection with my partner. I've always felt super connected with my partner, but it's just gotten deeper and more over the past few weeks. Emotionally, I'm able to sense him. We don't live together, but I am able to sense his emotions. I'm able to sense when he's anxious. I can feel what he needs, and sometimes I'll send him a super specific text, just being like, just sending you this, this, and this. I'll send him a message and he'll be like, no way, like that's exactly what I was thinking, or that's exactly what I need right now, thank you. And sometimes I just send him a message energetically too. Like I don't send a text, but I breathe and I send him energy. Yeah, and he feels it, and vice versa. So that is fun, and that's been really meaningful in our relationship lately, to explore that, how we're energetically connected. I've really just been communicating from my soul. I've been writing in a way that I never have, journaling in a way I never have, speaking in a way I never have. Yeah, I've really just been opening up from my heart and from my soul and speaking my authentic truth, which is amazing. It feels really good to do that, especially because you don't always feel comfortable or safe to do that. But I'm in a space surrounded by people that make me feel super comfortable and able to just speak what's in here. And yeah, I've been sensing other people's energies and emotions more too. I haven't been going out very much because of the pandemic, so I pretty much just socialize with the people that I live with in this house, and maybe it's because we're spending so much time together, but I'm really sensitive to their energy, and I'm able to tell pretty easily, even from a distance, like what they're feeling or what general things are going on in their brain and in their day. And the last sort of thing I wanted to talk about is receiving more messages from Source, even if I'm not asking for them. Here's an example. The other night, I was just sitting by the fire talking to someone I live with, sitting by the fire in the basement, and all of a sudden I just felt really weird. I felt weird, I felt disconnected, but I felt very aware of the present moment, like how I was talking about before. And I told my roommate that, and they were like, oh, maybe you're getting a message, but I already kind of knew that I was about to get a message. So I focused in, I used my intuition, I just focused and I said, I'm open, I'm available to receive, and I received a message. So that is pretty cool. One thing that I realized with this awakening is that I do have gifts. I was always somewhat aware that I have some sort of gift, but now I'm like, no, like I definitely do. And so yeah, I do want to work on them. I do want to explore and develop them. So getting that message the other night was pretty grand because I wasn't even asking for one. But I think I've just been more connected and more in tune with the energies, the universal energies. And obviously Source wanted to send me something, and they did. So I'm so grateful, and that is wonderful, and I would love to continue working on that. Yeah, another example of my gifts, I guess, is someone I know got the hiccups, got really bad hiccups, and nothing was helping. They were drinking water, they were eating peanut butter, all of those things, and it was super painful hiccups. They were really uncomfortable. And so they were messaging me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and I was trying to help them, I was suggesting things, and nothing was really working. And so then I sat myself down, and I said, no, okay. So I focused, and I sent them so much healing energy. And I sent them a text saying, I'm sending you so much healing energy. I hope that your hiccups stop, and that you can drift off into a peaceful sleep, because it was nighttime. And right after I sent that text, they messaged me and they were like, oh, my hiccups stopped. And I was like, great, that's fantastic. And then they didn't reply to me for the rest of the night because they fell asleep. They drifted off to sleep. And so yeah, that felt really good. And I don't think that's a coincidence. That's fine if you think it's a coincidence, but I'm just saying that has, that was meaningful to me, and that was powerful, and that was almost like Spirit showing me an example of what I'm capable of and what I can do. Yeah. Super quick, one thing I forgot to mention is that I've also been connecting with my spirit guides a lot more and receiving messages from them as well, even if I'm not looking to. Most of the time, if I want to communicate with them, I'll do a guided meditation to connect with your spirit guides. But sometimes I'll just be doing a regular meditation and they'll pop in and give me a message or advice or guidance. And so yeah, that's something that I want to continue doing, is connecting with my guides. But yeah, they've been reaching out to me more, which is super fun. I enjoy that. Sorry if you can hear that, my roommate is playing guitar upstairs above me. And so that is everything that I had written down. So yeah, some pretty wild stuff happening during this awakening, and I think now it's starting to make sense why I didn't feel the best this fall leading into this winter. Like, more than just my seasonal affective disorder, spirituality is not just an upward linear line in terms of awareness and consciousness and learning. There's ups and downs. It can look like this sometimes. Yeah, and there definitely are periods where you do not feel very good. Spirituality is not all positivity, contrary to what some people say or believe. I believe there is positivity in everything, and there are lessons to be learned in everything. But yeah, bro, like, I mean, bro was like a gender neutral term, by the way. Yeah, spirituality is not all sunshine and roses. You experience deep pains, deep truths, deep healings of your trauma. You can work on healing your divine feminine, your divine masculine, if you believe in those things. Healing your higher self, healing your inner child, like, and healing is painful in the moment. The end result is wonderful, but it can be really difficult and really painful. So yeah, the fact that in 2021 I like awakened at the beginning of the year and then was riding a high for a while, because I was like, oh my gosh, all of these things that I didn't believe in, they do exist, they are real. I'm feeling better, I'm doing better. Look at all this stuff that I'm doing now that I wasn't able to do. Look at all these new things I'm trying, new things I'm creating. And yeah, I did have some ups and downs over the course of the year, but I think then it makes sense that I went kind of into a low place of reflection, and how I was kind of forced to stop and just rest and reflect in order to set up for this next new year and this next level of awakening. It's just funny how so often we don't realize or understand why things are happening in the moment, but in retrospect, things tend to make sense a little bit more. At the time in the fall when I wasn't doing very well, I was like, why? Why is this happening to me? What is the point? And I don't know if I figured out the complete reason, but I think I'm on my way to figuring it out. Yeah, so I am excited to see where 2022 takes me. You can check out my video on my 2022 intentions. That one's a fun one. And yeah, I am ready for whatever the universe sends my way. So I will leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, all of that good stuff. But we are keeping the vibes chill. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or your evening, and that something unexpectedly wonderful happens. And yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you want to talk about spirituality or anything else that I discuss on my channel. I would love to make some friends. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.